Hey guys, it's mcfixit here. We're working with this CyberPower 1500VA, and I want to kind of show you what's going on with it as I plug it in right now. And then you go ahead and hit the power button, and you can see it flashing. Sometimes it does stay solid. Sometimes it does display some stuff. Then a lot of times it will just go back to flashing just like that. And so I'm going to walk you through what the issue is. It does show some different things and has output, but what I know is a lot of times that just means your batteries are bad. You can do some different viewing of the stuff, but it almost automatically kind of resets itself. It does say the battery capacity is really full, which is kind of strange. But we're going to go ahead and replace the batteries. I just got them in today. It does take 2 of them. And you'll probably need a flathead and a Phillips screwdriver as well. There is one Phillips right down underneath here that we will have to take off. These are the Mighty Max batteries. This is a 12 volt, 8 amp hour. And so this is what we're going to use. There are 2 of these. Make sure you disregard your batteries at a proper place. A lot of the big box store, like places that you do home repair stuff, actually have them for free. You can drop these batteries off, all kinds of batteries, and so that will save you from filling up the landfill with batteries, which I've heard is bad. There is another option that you can actually get that these 2 batteries are just one big unit, which we will see in there. But this is a much cheaper route. I'm going to go ahead and unplug this because that's kind of annoying me. But I just wanted to give you a good idea. Make sure your power is off. Plug is pulled out when we do this process. I'm going to go ahead and scoot that off to the side. And we'll go ahead and flip this. This is a big, big one. And so we'll flip it to the side. Go ahead and get your Phillips. You have this one screw right here. And this device is very heavy, but it does work really well for if you do run out. Keep your screw over here, run out of power, especially short term, and you just kind of slide that down and over, and you can see both of those batteries right here. We're going to go ahead and pull out the batteries. There's these little pull tabs, which I will show you in a little bit more detail. Actually, I lied. You need to go ahead and disconnect them right here and right here. Then you go ahead and pull this whole thing out. Scoot that off to the side. Don't damage any of the cords there. Now you're left with this. These are the original batteries, I believe. And as you're looking over it, you might be able to find some more information. I'm not certain if these are the original batteries. I think they are. So you can actually reuse this tape. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and carefully peel it back off, trying our best not to fold it over itself. Put this someplace safe. I'm just going to set it down kind of face down on that so it doesn't blow away. And then we go ahead and begin to take these off. And all you're doing is taking the positive and the negative off. Do realize this one, the blue one was your positive. The black one went to black. We can set these off to the side. Again, those are quite heavy. And I believe this is the one that's always a little more tricky to get off. So they're down underneath here. So we will have to, there it goes. Go ahead and pull that off. Same thing here. Go ahead and pull that one off. Try not to lose those as you do that, as I just did right there. Go ahead and set that one off to the side as well, and go ahead and start getting the first one pulled. So because this kind of fell out, I'm just going to go ahead and pull all of these wires out because it's just not going to work as well. Putting them back on. The positive will go here. This negative one will go here. And this plate will sit like this. You got to put these up and through, which is sometimes a little more difficult than what it should be. But that will allow this to sit on here. And so this one will come up to the positive side. Now remember, we're going to flip that. And this one is going to go down underneath here to go out to this part right over here. So that is important that you get those parts right. And so you'll still have this one right here. You can go ahead and take off the caps for your other new one. And so this is where it kind of, in my opinion, is a little bit strange. You have to know a lot about electricity for this to make good sense. We're going to go ahead and plug this one in to the negative. And this one that was in the negative on this side is going to go to the positive. So I'm sorry, this is not the best camera angle, but these things are very heavy. And then we'll go ahead and slide this one down and under. And so these bottom ones pretty much crisscross. Right here goes back over here. This one just kind of goes down and under, and you can start pulling that through. And then this should all seat really well. It will take some adjusting to get it seated perfectly, and sometimes you do accidentally pop them off as well. I'm actually probably going to see if I can, let's see if I can spin this one. Yeah, that's better. That should help make that lay a little flatter. Now, once we get the tape on these, it will get much better. So real quick again, that one is going to go to your positive. Remember I said that at the beginning of the video. And then this one is going to go into your negative. And they should sit relatively flush. Which that's getting where it needs to go. And you go ahead and take that beautiful piece of plastic and kind of line up what center looks like. Push down nice and firm. Go ahead and begin to wrap your battery all the way around. And just like that. And that should look like the other one. I do like to go ahead, even though these batteries are pretty much dead, go ahead and put these back on just in case when I'm driving or something you don't have an issue with some kind of metal hitting between them. Just a little safety precaution. You don't probably have to do it, but I like to be safe when I can. So that's pretty simple. So we're going to go ahead and slide this back over. We're going to go ahead and put the brick back in, the double brick, just like so. You connect the positive to the positive. And the negative to the negative. Okay, I did not have this thing plugged in, but it did beep on me because those batteries are new. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this cover back on gently. And it does have these little tabs, so you do have to kind of line it up correctly. There's a lot of stuff kind of in your way as you're doing this, but it will go in and should go up properly. I'm trying not to mess up the LCD screen. This bottom corner is not wanting to go in well. I'm gonna actually put it up like this to try to get a little bit better angle. There it goes. And then you want to make sure you're pushing down, or actually up now, and go ahead and screw that screw back in. I'll show you what all that beeping is in a second. So that's just a Phillips screw tightening it back down. That kind of locks it in place. And so you can see it's working again. So we're going to go ahead and plug it in. Again, it was not plugged in right now. And so you kind of heard the motor stop because it's not using the batteries. And so this is exactly what you want. You can go through your settings to see everything. And the battery capacity is at 95%, which is good. Estimated runtime is 83 minutes right now. So if we did lose power and I have things plugged into this side, it does have some surge protectors as well, but this side in particular, it would allow it to run for 83 minutes. As you plug more things in, that number often goes down drastically, especially high-powered items. And so it shows you it's 122 volts input. And so that is back up and running. So I'll go ahead and turn it off just to show you and make sure you see it all the way through. So I'm going to turn it back on. So this thing was not trash. All it needed was new batteries. They cost around 30 bucks for these ones. These are the old ones. That's the new brand that I bought. But you can find them probably maybe a little bit more expensive, maybe a little cheaper. I'll have links in the description. And remember, all we did was use really one tool, was the Phillips. I use a flathead to kind of poke it in and make it happen. But if this was helpful, please like, subscribe. Please leave a comment if you do have any questions, or if you just want to tell me, great job, mcfixit. I'm good with that too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys making this channel happen. Have a great day.